Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. Just yesterday, I made a video on this. I called it an inner tube when it was rounder, but now I started thinking it made it look more like a chain, so I made a chain around it. I've made plenty of videos on chains, but this is the most realistic looking one I've ever made. So, couple of little insights. Normally, I make a chain like that, but it was so hard to make it go around the shape that it just didn't work with the two ends, so I came up with this. I'm going to Control G. I'm going to hit P and put it at the center of the page. And then I'm going to shift select the box or the circle and hit T. That put it to the top. Now I'm going to set my nudge factor pretty low, like 0.01, and I'm going to nudge that guy up till it's about to the center of that red line. I could have used a little bit bigger nudge factor, but you get the idea. I'm going to call that good. Now I am going to take this guy and I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate, and I'm going to move the center rotation to the center. We did good. I'm going to rotate it 15 degrees. Now here's what I kind of came up with, and I think it's pretty good. I'm going to make a bar between these two. So I'm going to take my original length was like 1/4 inch. I'm going to make it a little bit less than 1/4 inch, like 0.23. And then I'm going to go ahead and round it off with my ratio lock. I'm going to say 0.5, and that'll round off it perfectly. Now we're going to put it up here, and it's not quite long enough, so we're going to stretch it out. And if you do this before you Gaussian blur it and make that link, you'll be a lot better off. So we're going to put about it right there, double click on it and move the rotation to the center, and then rotate this up. Whoop, got the circle. Double click on it, get the rotation, and move it to there to about to the link. Now I'm a little bit lopsided, so I'm going to move it in a little bit. And this is, if I was doing it for real, I would probably critique a little bit more. Let's move it up just a hair more. Now, what I can do is change my nudge factor to 1 inch or 2 inches, and I can move this up, and I can make my Gaussian blur effect. I'm going to go to Object, and if you didn't watch part 1, you might want to watch it. We're going to contour the inside and just make that little bit of a line. I'm going to select it all. I'm going to go to Object, break the contour part. I am going to move that out of the way. I'm going to right-click black and right-click black, left-click no outline, right-click white, right-click no outline, and then I can nudge it right back. I'm going to Gaussian blur it now, and I'm not going to spend much time to try to match it up. That looks okay, and see, then I can move it right. Whoop! I need to group it together. And that looks good. Now, the only problem you kind of have is to keep this one on top. So what we're going to do, we're going to rotate it separately. So I'm going to, if you remember right, we have this already rotation. And I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to use the, tell you what, we'll delete that one. And we're going to get on this one and move the center, because I'm going to use the rotation docker because of the fact that it's the Gaussian blur kind of logs down the computer, or at least some of it. So I'm going to go to transform and transformation. I'm still going to go 30 degrees, but I want 12. No, I needed 15 degrees because I had the other link on there before. So I'm going to go 23 instead of 24. Now we're going to take all these. As a matter of fact, at this time, let's move our circle out of the way. See how it blogs down? And now I am going to group all these, Control G, and I'm going to put them to the back of the page. It doesn't look like anything changed because it doesn't. So now this is going to be on top of the page. And when we do the same rotation, this will save you a lot of headaches. I'm going to rotate it exactly the same. If that doesn't look like a real chain, I've got some red hairlines on the original drawing that kind of show up, but I should have taken those away. But I'm pretty proud of that. I think that's the most realistic chain I've ever made. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.